booktube, it's me, Emma, the book nerd. That should not be my new intro. No. Hi booktube, welcome to my biannual Bibliothon vlog. I am very excited. This is the first time I've ever done biannual Bibliothon, and I think it's gonna be really dang fun.
You're my library, always open for business.
It is currently 11:01 on Saturday, January, hello? On Saturday, July 14th. So today, I plan to read the entirety of The Wicked Deep, which is 310 pages long, but it looks really tiny. I don't know, I'm a little confused by that, but hopefully this goes by really quickly. I think it will. I have my little breakfast of eggs and a bagel. I usually make it a sandwich, but this bagel was like cut weird, so working with what I got, and I have my water. So I'm all prepared, and after I finish these things, I will make a cup of tea. I can't make tea and breakfast at the same time because then one of them gets cold before I get to them. Made it to page 73, but I really need to go write now for a while because I have a deadline in 2 weeks and I have a lot of writing to do, so I'm gonna go do that. But I just want to talk briefly about what we've read so far because I really like this book, shockingly. I'm very surprised by how much I like this. I didn't think I was gonna be a fan. Also, look at it without the dust jacket on. It's beautiful. I really like the atmosphere of the book. I think it's really fun, and it is YA, so it's like about a girl in high school, and you get kind of the high school, like they're out for summer vibes, but then it gets like a little darker and creepier. I love the atmosphere of the island that she lives on. Like she lives on an island with a lighthouse with it's just her and her mother on this entire island, and the island is like close to the town where the curse happens and stuff. It's really, really good, and I love her best friend Rose's mom owns a little cake shop called Forgetful Cakes, and it's like she bakes all these weird cakes to help people like forget about the bad things in their life, like forget grief and stuff. It's just like the atmosphere of it. I was like, oh my gosh, I want this cake shop. I can imagine these little tiny cakes that are like lavender and lemon and then like poppy seed and raspberry, and it made me happy and I wanted to eat some cake, but I need to get some writing done, so that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, I've been writing for like 2 hours now. It's now 2:30 in the afternoon. Oh, and I really need a break, but it was good. I got like 10 pages of new material written, I think, which is pretty good. I'm basically rewriting an old play is what I'm doing. I would say I'm just revising it, but the reality is I'm basically rewriting it, and I have to have it done in 2 weeks, which is a bit of a deadline. But anyways, I'm gonna take a break and get back to this beauty. 123 pages in, and I have relocated to be with my kitty.
page 207, so I'm getting close to being done with the book. I definitely think that I'll be able to finish it today, which is great because that was my goal. It feels very appropriate to be reading this book with my black cat. I still really like it. I'm so surprised by how much I enjoyed this book. I think the atmosphere is just perfectly created and I really dig it. I really like the characters and the romance isn't too cheesy and the characters are imperfect, which I always appreciate. It kind of gives me a little bit of Wink Poppy Midnight vibes, but this is a lot better than Wink Poppy Midnight. I did not like Wink Poppy Midnight. I only read it because the cover was absolutely beautiful. But this book's better. All right, now I've got to find out what to make for dinner, and I'll probably have to go grocery shopping before I make something for dinner. I'm kind of thinking maybe lasagna soup.
So I just got back from the grocery store and I did in fact get ingredients to make lasagna soup, which is one of my signature recipes, if I do say so myself. It's very, very good. So I'm just gonna get started. Basically, there's mild Italian sausage in it, chicken stock, pasta, a whole lot of cheese, ricotta, mozzarella, Parmesan, some bay leaves, basil, tomato paste, onions. It's a dang good soup. The sausage in first and cooked it for about 5 minutes, and now I've added the onions and I'm gonna cook them for 6 minutes until they're soft. Time to assemble. First I put in the cheesy yum, which is ricotta cheese, fresh Parmesan cheese, mozzarella, and a little salt and pepper. And then we put in some pasta, and then last you ladle in some good soup.
Doesn't that just look amazing? After a delicious dinner of lasagna soup, it is time to get back to my book.
A huge plot twist just happened and my mind is blown. I did not see it coming. I need to read on, but I just thought I'd pop in and tell you that.
I finished it. It was really good. I really liked it. I am honestly kind of considering giving this 5 stars because I enjoyed it that much. I'm struggling though because I don't think it was a perfect book, but like, do perfect books really exist? I don't know. I'm thinking, okay, 4.5? 4.5. Because it's definitely not like perfectly written. Like the writing in it was a little bit like typical YA, like kind of repetitive. There was just some writing where I was like, you could have done better. But overall, I loved the story. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was really atmospheric, which I love. I love atmospheric stories. I love the cover with the dust jacket off. I like the dust jacket. It's just well packaged. It reminds me of the ghost story books that I read a lot as a kid. I was really into those like ghost stories, like Seer of Shadows is one that I remember. I don't remember what else, but it kind of reminds me of that. It's the same vibe. So I think what I'm gonna do next is read the first chapter of each of these books and decide which one I'm gonna read for the readathon. Just finished chapter 1 of Going After Cassiano by Tim O'Brien. The first chapter was 24 pages long. I really love Tim O'Brien's writing, so I'm really enjoying this so far, and I already kind of want to go on to the next chapter, so that's a good sign. Let's see how the other two go. Alright, the first chapter of Black Ass is 75 pages long, so I'm not reading the whole chapter, but I read the first section, which was 11 pages, and I'm intrigued by this, but I don't think it's a readathon kind of book. It's like slower paced, it seems. I don't think I'm gonna pick this one. Going After Casciato beats this one out. I'm getting tired, and it's only 9:50. Stay awake. Time for the first chapter of It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. I have read the first chapter of It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. First chapter was 8 pages long, and I did like it. But I think what I'm really feeling is Going After Casciato, which kind of surprises me. I really thought that I was going to end up picking It's Kind of a Funny Story. So this is about, obviously, the war in Vietnam, and it's about a soldier, Casciato, who goes AWOL, basically. That's based on the first chapter. That's all I know about it, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I think it's a successful day. I read an entire book, and I picked this one.
You're my library, always open for business, but you never show it. You're just sitting with it, but I know the score, and you're killing it line after line when you're taking it into time after time when you try to fit into some.
It's day 2 of the Biannual Bibliothon, and today I'm gonna read hopefully the entirety of Going After Casciato. Gone for a while. It's now 3 p.m. but I read for a long time. I got to page 126 and I'm gonna get back to reading. I'm loving this so far. It has very similar vibes to the things they carried, which I just adore. So I'm really enjoying it. I love the way that Tim O'Brien plays with like reality, like what is truth. He plays with the difference between like emotional truth and factual truth, which I really dig, and I feel like that is being played out in this book a lot as well. I have a theory that I want to say. So if you don't want to hear it, I don't think that it's spoilery, unless of course it reveals it at the end of this book, which I haven't gotten to yet, so I don't know if it does. So it could potentially be a spoiler, but it's just my theory. I don't know if it actually happens or if it's actually revealed, and my guess is, knowing Tim O'Brien, that even if it is true, it would never be revealed and we're just free to speculate. So if you don't want to hear, skip ahead to this time marking. I'll put it down here somewhere so you'll know where to skip to. So I think that our main character, Paul, is imagining all of this. That he's imagining that they follow Casciato and that they're going on all these adventures on the way to Paris. I think it's all in his imagination because some really crazy things are happening, and it definitely doesn't feel like it could be reality. It feels like it's all in Paul's imagination. That's my theory. We'll see if I'm right. So welcome back if you left, and I'm gonna go keep reading this now. Page 261, which means I have like 80 pages left. I am 95% sure that my theory is correct, and I'm very happy about it because I love that Tim O'Brien does that really cool stuff with playing with reality, and I just dig it. I dig it so much. I'm really happy that I picked up this book for the readathon. I think so far it has been a stellar readathon because I loved the first book and I love the second book, and I think I'm gonna love the third and fourth because I haven't even gotten to my predicted 5-star read yet. So it's just gonna be a great readathon, and I'm so happy because I have been in such a reading slump, and now I'm just like bam, books I love, and it's such a great feeling. Anyways, I'm gonna take another little break, hopefully short, because I do want to finish this tonight. Okay, update on the reading situation. So I got sidetracked and just spent the last like 2 hours organizing my kitchen with my housemate. So I didn't get any more reading done. So I still have 80 pages left to read, and it is now 11 o'clock at night, but I'm going to pop in the bathtub for the next like hour and read as much as I can, and then I have to go to bed because I have work in the morning. But I have faith that I'm still gonna finish all 4 of these books in this readathon. Wish me luck. So my face is breaking out like crazy, so I'm also gonna put on my favorite charcoal mask.
my library.
Day 3 of the biannual Bibliothon, and I have been at work all day, so it is now almost 5:30 in the afternoon, but it's okay because during my lunch break today I finished Going After Cassiato by Tim O'Brien, and let me just say I was right about my prediction, and I love Tim O'Brien so much. He's such an interesting writer. He does such cool things with like playing with reality, playing with like truth versus fiction and like reality versus fantasy, and I'm so into it. I'm so into it. So if you haven't read The Things They Carried, which is my favorite book by him that I've read so far, or Going After Cassiato, then I recommend that you do, because it's great. But now, this evening, I'm going to start reading. There's no way I'll finish it tonight. I would be very impressed with myself, but I'm going to start reading When Dimple Met Rishi. Also, I never see anyone talk about the back cover, but like the back cover's weird. It's like, it just looks like a really bad amateur photograph. Let me know if you agree with me on that. So now it's 8:30 and I've read 53 pages of When Dimple Met Rishi, and then I just binged YouTube videos for a while. I need to write some more. I also just want to relax because I worked all day and now I'm tired. I should also read. I don't know. I'm torn. I'll let you know what happens, but don't hold out hope for a productive reading night. Okay, I have to get this off my chest. I've only been reading for another 15 minutes, but I am a little annoyed with this book. Just a reminder, I'm reading When Dimple Met Rishi. Dimple is like a villainified version of a feminist. Like, she doesn't care about anyone but herself. She doesn't like listen to anyone. So I'm kind of already done with her, and I'm only 60 pages in, and like, I'm a feminist. I get it, girl, but like, you don't have to be such a self-centered person that you would like make this boy leave this camp that he paid $1,000 to be there for. If someone said like, oh, it's no big deal, I'll just go home, I would be like, no, you can't just like go home. You came to this camp, like, you're not gonna go home because of me. And like, she doesn't do that. And I'm like, really? And then, first of all, this is the most predictable book I've ever read in my life thus far. So Dimple and Rishi get paired up as partners. Obviously. They get paired up and they have to go on this like treasure hunt thing, and the group who wins the treasure hunt gets 10 additional points toward like winning the prize at the whole end of this camp. And Dimple desperately like, her entire life goal thus far is to win this prize. So then the scavenger hunt starts. They like go off to try to find the first thing, and then Dimple is like, oh, what's that on your shirt? Is that a comic book character? Let's just stop right here and talk about the comic book character on your shirt when we are currently doing a scavenger hunt that apparently means the world to me. I was like, hello? Very, very confused by her character right now. She just feels like everything she does is just to forward the plot, and she does not feel like a real person at all. I'm annoyed by that because she's in fact the main character, and if any character should not be there just to forward the plot, it's the protagonist. But yet the protagonist is only there to forward the plot. Can you tell I'm annoyed by this book? I'm honestly thinking that if I don't start to enjoy it more by like page 150, I might just not finish it. Maybe I'll put a poll on Bookstagram. Comment down below if you voted on that poll when I put it up. I have another complaint about this book that I have to address. It has been like another 15 minutes since my last check-in, just by the way. But my other complaint is the cover. Now listen, I think the cover's really cute. I love it. But the girl on that cover is clearly wearing makeup, and it specifies in the book that Dimple hates wearing makeup. So why? Why, I ask you, would they put a girl on the cover who's clearly wearing makeup? That makes me mad. And also, look at that bright orange top she's wearing. It specifies in the book that she hates wearing color and that she in fact buys a gray one. A gray one! So I am here with my new housemate Matt and my friend John. So this is Matt.
Hey guys! I'm the new housemate.
Yes, you are. So what's your favorite book, Matt?
My favorite book that I have ever read is probably The Help, and I know that's probably cliche, but I love it. And it's one of my favorite movies.
Okay, book or movie, which one's better?
Honestly, a movie.
I would not disagree with you on that one.
Well, because
It's a rare occurrence.
Emma and I just recently watched the movie.
We did.
And the movie just adds some more moments that aren't in the book, and I just think that's great. It makes it its own.
And this is John.
YouTube.
So what's your favorite book?
So I have like a weird relationship with reading because I'm dyslexic, so I really don't like to read.
That's fair.
So I feel like I shouldn't like say a book because I feel like I have zero taste.
Have you ever tried audiobooks?
Yes. Oh, like the summer reading book that we were supposed to read.
Oh my
before
God.
I
What was yours?
It was called The Great American.
Yeah, it was something like really political.
Yeah, it was very political.
Weird.
And I like had to. I waited till the last minute to read it. It was from
Okay,
like
good.
You go to
a
a
Middle
middle
Eastern
school.
man's
That's
like
fair.
perspective.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
so funny that it's like a
I
Middle
have
Eastern
it if you
person.
want to read it. I've
That's
heard it was like
cool.
actually pretty good. And the author came to campus, and it was on my birthday. It was weird.
That's awesome.
The author came to campus on my birthday too for our
Oh,
campus
that's
read.
weird.
Wait, when are your birthdays?
September 20th, Virgo Libra cusp.
September 22nd, Virgo Libra cusp.
Oh my god.
We're
Really?
But I have a confession. I never read her.
I never
Read her. Funny and Farsi.
Yes.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I did read it, but you know what? I actually did not like it. Like at all.
Well, if you didn't like it, then I'm glad I didn't read
Well,
it.
there you go. If I don't like a book, it's not worth reading. What color is her shirt, Matt? What color is that shirt?
Wow, that's a bright orange shirt.
I'm so mad about it. I don't, like, how easy would it be to put her in a gray shirt? Like, I just don't understand.
Well, the thing about it is that's probably like a stock image that they found.
Well, okay, but look. So this really heinous photo on the back.
Oh.
This is a scene from the book. She throws coffee on this guy.
Okay.
So like they clearly had a
So
photo
it was
shoot.
like that's like principal photography.
Yeah, so I'm like, why would you just put her in a different color shirt? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Why aren't you in charge of everything?
I know. I should just like run the book world, right?
She's gonna dive into this one.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I made it to page 100, and I have to admit it is getting better. I just read the dinner scene with Dimple and Rishi and Celia, and then the three friends, spoiled kids. And that scene I really dug. I was like, yes, Rishi. I love Rishi. Still not a big fan of Dimple. I think I will continue to read it, but if I get sick of it, then I might just kind of like switch off back and forth between The Outsider and Dimple and Rishi. You all voted that I just DNF it and start reading The Outsider, but I think I'm going to give it a chance. Alright, final check-in before bed. I read to page 121 of When Dimple Met Rishi, and I am liking it more now. It has grown on me. I'm still frustrated with Dimple as a character, but I really like Rishi, so I think I am going to finish it. However, I did also pick up The Outsider by Stephen King, and I started reading it, and I am so hooked. The first, like, opening chapter, I was just like, hello? So, I'm excited, to say the least.
You're my library.
Hi BookTube, it is 5:15 on the 4th day of the biannual Bibliothon, and I am 30 pages into The Outsiders, and let's see how far I am into When Dimple Met Rishi. I'm 160 pages into When Dimple Met Rishi, and I do like it. Now, it's grown on me. I don't think it's a great book. I think the best that it could do with me right now is like 3.5 stars because I hated the beginning so much. And here's the thing. So Dimple changed so much. You can probably hear the washing machine. I'm not going there. Her personality changed so much from like the beginning to where I am now. And like she's like a totally different character. It's not like a character, it's not like character growth. She's just a different character, and I think that it's poor writing. So, more updates on that to come. But I I'm making a cake right now. So I worked all day, as per usual. And now, I'm making a cake. It's a pink champagne cake, so it's gonna be tasty. Cake is in the oven, so time to read for a few minutes, or 20 minutes to be precise, while the cake bakes. Cakes are out of the oven, and I am halfway through When Dimple Met Rishi. I still have mixed feelings. I'm not over the predictability and the terrible beginning, but it is fun. I'm having fun reading it. Time to make some icing. I just have to say, this is the best meringue that I have ever made in my life, and I'm very proud of myself right now.
Emma, run.
Look at it! Look at that piece of cake.
You know what? I think I am just.
So the cake is delicious. Matt, come taste a piece of the cake.
Sweet Jesus. You are a goddess.
I've been doing a terrible job of reading on this fourth day of the Bibliothon.
Probably my fault.
Because this one put on the Titanic, and we watched the whole thing, and it was so sad.
She goes, I said I'm gonna watch Titanic, and she was like, okay, I'll probably like half read, half watch. 5 minutes into this movie, she's like,
I'm like,
cause she hadn't seen it in a while.
oh, it was worth it, but now I'm gonna go read.
You're my library.
I keep forgetting to vlog. I brought my camera home to my parents' house, and yet I still have not vlogged. Today is Friday, the last day of the readathon. I'm sitting here with my dog. What's up, Monty? How's it going? So I finished reading When Dimple Met Rishi, and I'm glad it exists because it's a diverse YA book, but I think the writing is pretty terrible. So I wouldn't say it's a quality book. The plot was pretty kind of fun. Like, I had a good time with the plot, but it sort of felt like a preteen girl's daydream, sort of. Like, Dimple didn't want to make any sacrifices, and it's all about her. And I was like, really, girl? Like, grow up. I really didn't like her. Then I started The Outsider by Stephen King, and that's what I'm currently reading. And I am on page 291. So if I power through for the rest of the day, it's currently 5 p.m. If I like really hunker down and power through this, I might be able to finish it today, which would be kind of amazing, because I am getting through it really fast because it's so gripping. I cannot put it down. Look at it! Ugh, I'm so excited. This book, it's amazing. So it's quite a while later, but I figured I needed to get back to you with a little wrap up of how the biannual Bibliothon went. I did read all these books. I didn't quite finish The Outsider on that final night, but I read all but the last 100 pages, and then I finished the next 100 pages the next morning, so I felt like still pretty accomplished, and it kind of counts. Let's see how many pages I read over this readathon. 336 plus 310 plus 380 plus 460 of this 560 page book. So in 1 week, I read 1,486 pages. So I I think that that is a pretty great accomplishment, and I'm super proud of myself. Pat myself on the back. 5 stars. This was wonderful. 3 stars. This really bothered me, but it was also kind of fun, but the writing was bad. 4.5 stars because I loved this for some unexplained reason. The writing wasn't perfect, which is why it's not 5 stars, but so good. 5 stars because Tim O'Brien is the king of everything. It was a great readathon. I'm very happy. Thank you for joining me for this vlog. I'm sorry it's posted so late. Life is busy, but I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye! Mwah.